Let's get the Liverpool hate out, and then we'll go into Chelsea.
Yeah. Lol.
Lol, yeah. Lol's right.
130 million record-breaking transfer sat on the bench. No, one. The first one.
Sorry.
Sat on the bench.
Just the 80th.
Didn't start.
80 million.
Didn't start. Hasn't contributed anything. He's probably contributed the least out of all the attacking players on the squad right now. So that's fun to talk about and watch. I'm sure they're enjoying that. Isak was okay. Like on paper, he walks away with an assist. I don't
Lucky.
think that was what the intention was. Great from Gakpo though to follow up on that and just keep running and finish it off. I didn't see a lot to take away from them, positively, because you go against a depleted Chelsea squad and you're walking teams. It's not. It matches what we've been saying, but it doesn't match the narrative that the rest of the media has been talking about, and that this team is unstoppable. Especially if it's this depleted Chelsea side, not even them at their best. No Cole Palmer. Like, come on. What are we talking about?
No, they need time, is what I saw. It's a transitional period. But again, kind of the thing we always get upset about is the hypocrisy. Like, they cannot be the winners of the window and unbeatable and then need time. It cannot be both. I did think they were big winners of the window, and I knew there would be issues. I think you guys were more heavy on it than I was. But I just thought, okay, the talent will probably figure itself out. But I mean, you guys, again, talked about it early on when they were winning games. It was very close. The margins, everything went their way, and now we're seeing the opposite. Both double-edged sword. But I think international break also comes at a good time for them. Probably not the fans. You have to sit on 3 straight losses, and that's obviously tough. But I think for the team, it's going to be a big sort of reset. You're probably going to see him revert a little more towards what he was doing last year. I think it's going to be as soon as there's any sort of pressure, and I think it's already kind of happening, he's immediately just going to revert back to, okay, I know he can do this role, he can do that role, and it's not going to be the big names every time. I mean, I don't think he drops Salah, but there was another sort of similar performance from him where there's not much of an impact. Again, there were a few moments. Shot wasn't there. He did have a nice pass or two, but again, not much at all from him. From a player of that quality standard, you expect more. So I think there are questions there. I mean, this is the first real blip he's had since coming into the job. I definitely think it's premature that people are talking about his job security, but you are going to have to see his first real adjustment. So I mean, do you guys have any clue what that'll look like? I think he goes straight back to what it was last year. I mean, like Szoboszlai's coverage for Salah in the press. Wirtz doesn't do that, right? Like, he's going to have to go back to what he knows.
What is going back to what he knows? He's got an issue on his hand, and Liverpool as a whole, this was the whole thing with them winning the window and spending as much money as they did, is they've walked themselves into this issue. I mean, and the international break point, their entire starting 11, Connor Bradley's probably going too. They don't have a single guy that's going to be there. Like, unless it's probably Konate because of injury, like every single player in that starting 11 is going to international break. They are not getting on the training pitch. They are not working out anything. This team has issues fundamentally. They are way too offensive.
Konate had another brutal game.
He was, and he got hurt.
Brutal game from Konate.
And he got hurt. I don't know why it didn't count as a substitution for injury, because he was limping the entire way back. And then they literally were so fed up with Joe Gomez that they put Gravenberch, who's their best midfielder, in center back. They have so many flaws that it's going to continue to come up this season because they didn't address the right areas. They just spent a ton of money. And yes, they did win to that extent. Like, congratulations, you spent $400 million. But they've created more issues than they did solving a team that was already champions. I'm honestly a little flabbergasted by it, because now they've got so many issues with, like, I just look at the substitution pattern. I mean, he takes off Bradley. He puts Szoboszlai at right back. They just bought Frimpong. That's a right back. They played him at right wing midweek. Salah can't come off because he's Salah. You're obviously going to bring on your $130 million record-breaking signing. So you bring him on. Now you got to move your midfielders around. You take out McAllister. I just don't know what they do. It's always going to be forward thinking. So in games where they need to, in this one, you're away from home. You've got a point. You probably should just sit back a little bit. They can't. They physically can't. They have to go and win every match at the death. And that's not a recipe for success. At least I don't think
and
it is.
I think they Liverpool fans definitely don't want to admit it because of how it all unfolded. But I think you really are starting to miss Trent now. I mean, just from one of the videos I watched on it, but when you press Liverpool man to man and they have Trent, he can play a pass first time and immediately split your press, right? You don't have that anymore. To your point too, when you think of just whether it's the guys they brought in or the existing guys in the squad, their optimal positions are forward, right? Even whether it's Kirkesh, Frimpong, like Andy Robertson's your defensive-minded left back. Yeah, that's kind of crazy as is, right? Like everyone's forward thinking, and as soon as you have these sort of issues, it's hard to kind of adjust because, I mean, inherently, every option you make, you still have the same issue. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting because, I mean, I'm hearing a lot from Liverpool fans too. McAllister just hasn't been up to the standard. I don't think he was great against us either.
No, but
maybe you drop Soboslai in there with Gravenberch. It's the 10. Like, who knows? I think we're going to see a lot of different combos.
I don't want to hear any of this. We've talked about it for a while. They were all fucking. They overperformed last season.
Yeah, and they're also being asked to be gods.
And they played significant minutes. And those performances should be applauded, but they cannot do that consistently 2 seasons in a row. They brought in people that they thought would work to fill the gaps that have left, and it was fucking terrible. Like we talked about early in the season. I think you both mentioned it. Just what are they doing? No. I don't know. And then obviously the injury to their young center back is tough, but even with that signing, it really wasn't enough cover for if Virgil van Dijk drops in form or if he gets hurt. I'm not saying he's dropped in form necessarily, but that was not a good performance from him. And I think that's really what tips the scales for this Liverpool team. If he plays well, the scales are balanced and they will perform and go out there and get the job done. Most times. Because if they're not creating stuff, then they can hold on. He can keep them in a game. Literally, single-handedly. Or Allison can help out with that. But he's out for a little bit too. So now they have to look at this situation that they've put themselves in. No cover. You can argue that the partner center back isn't even settled. So it's like, how many center backs do they really have? Let alone just defenders.
They think they have 2. That's what I took from it. Like, because Gravenberch played center back over Joe Gomez, they don't value Joe Gomez as a center back. So they have 2 center backs. They have 2 center backs in a campaign where they're going to play 70 games potentially. How many games do you play if you go all the way to every
60 something? Yeah,
it's too many games. I talk about it a lot in terms of like you can't relate bad process with good results. That is the entirety of the beginning of this Liverpool season. It has been bad process masked by good results.
I mean, yeah, I saw someone kind of relate it to our start last season where we were undefeated.
It's pretty similar.
The only undefeated team in Europe for a couple weeks, but that masked a lot of the cracks that they're evident at the end of the season that we all saw just looking back at it. And I do think it's really similar. They had a lot of issues that were covered up by results. And like Grant was saying, the results just stop going their way now, and that's perfect for us in the podcast, but and our teams as well. But from a Liverpool perspective, what is the game plan? Because some of these guys, I think you're looking to them, you're pointing at them, and the fans thought they could do it. They've been convinced. Everyone else around them has been telling them that they can't do it. And now is the time for them to do it. Like just prove themselves. And we talked about it a couple weeks ago. It's harder to fucking keep the trophy than win it one time.
Yeah. I think to the first question that you answered or you asked, Grant, like I don't know what the fix is. Realistically, like they can't. Like they have an issue with Isak up front. Like Ekatike's played better than him.
Yeah, like people we love making fun of Darwin Núñez, but one thing he always did was work hard, right?
Yeah.
And I think that when you have a player like Salah who you cater to so much, covering that is just as important as complementing it with talent, right? So not only is he kind of learning, okay, I'm playing with an out and out striker again. Now Liverpool as a team are trying to cope with having even less work rate at the front. So it's these little things they have to adjust to that they're just clearly not there yet. So
yeah,
I think the adjustment is going back to what you know, whether that's old or new personnel. But I think at least from a standpoint of how they're setting up, even he's going to have to revert to something he knows.
I love it. I think it's great. I love this turmoil. I love that they've lost 3 straight games, and I love that their fans are calling for their manager's head. It's fucking awesome.
It's crazy.
Almost racist remarks. It's slippery, dude, and they slip faster than anybody else on planet Earth. They slip so quick. They crash out so hard. I